Hello everyone, welcome to Minute Meta. I'm your host, Darth Edward, and today, as you can see, we have a lot to get down to. So, let's just go ahead and get into it. The end goal for this video is for you to know the 3 ARs that you need to be working on leveling up before Warzone 2. These guns take a long time to level up. I already have over 40 hours in the game, and I'm recording this on Monday night. 5 days after this game came out, and I don't even have half of these things max level. So you need to know what you need to work on, and that is my goal for this. What I did with this spreadsheet is I took the damage profiles from the guns, transferred them to what they would be at 250 health, which is what the Warzone health is going to be, and got the time to kill, chest time to kill, for the guns, plus some other stats that we can look at. So, to kind of explain how this worked, I went to sim.gg, massive shout out to sim.gg. If you don't know who they are, you need to look them up. They will be linked down in the description. They are who I get a lot of my base stats from and try and build weapons off of. They are absolutely amazing. So something you need to understand, all of the guns in Modern Warfare 2 have at least 3 damage ranges, which makes this incredibly hard to actually judge. What I did for ARs is I just took the first damage range and then whatever the last damage range is. That way you can kind of see a comparison. The last damage range for me is what's important with ARs, because with ARs a lot of times you're using it at range. So that's what's important. That's what a lot of the stats that I'm talking about are going to be based off of, just so you can understand going forward here in the video. So what I did was I took the M4 longest damage range was 18 to the chest per bullet, and the closest range was 28 to the chest per bullet. You take that, you take the time per bullet, this is just a lot of math, and doing all of this math, you end up at a time to kill. As you can see, the M4 is horrid. The M4 is probably the worst AR outside of maybe the 74U. Side note, the 74U is an SMG that is in the AR category. Don't know why it's in the AR category. It is built to be an SMG. But here we are at that. Also for this video, as you can see, I had the M16 completely marked out. All of these statistics are based off of the fact that you can click at 811 rounds per minute. That means you can click your mouse 811 times in a minute. No one can physically do that. That is basically impossible. The only way you'd be able to do that is if you like select it to a scroll wheel or something, and that's just not worth it if you're only using one gun. So that, I'm basically not counting this gun, and it's really, really good. Don't get me wrong. Like, the time to kill on this gun is the fastest in the game, and it's not even close. But I'm not including it because of that reason. So that's the M16 disclaimer. Now with everything else, you can see I have it color-coded based off of what I think is good, what I think is bad. Green, of course, being good, red being bad, and then it kind of degrading from there. So the fastest time to kill for the long-range ARs is the cast off, which I'm calling the AK, and I'm gonna say whatever number it is after it, the AK-762. It has a 700 millisecond time to kill, which is absolutely insane when you compare it to the rest of the weapons. It has a 260 millisecond time to kill, faster than the next closest gun. But that does come with the fact that it has a lot of visual recoil. The recoil of the gun itself is actually not that hard to control. It does have a lot of it. It's very similar to how the AMAX was at the end of Warzone 1. But it does have a lot of visual recoil, which can make this thing slightly difficult to use at range. But if you hit your shots, it is absolutely amazing. It is probably the best mid-range gun in the game. I am saying it is one of the ones that you need to level up just based off of all of this. The other important thing about it, the downs per mag stat, the way that works is that's how many downs you would get if you hit chest shots on every single person with every single bullet without missing a bullet. This lets you know how much damage you actually have in each mag. This also has a good downs per mag. It's not great, but it is good. Because of this reason, because it has the fastest time to kill, and it has a very good downs per mag, I'm saying this is the #1 AR you need to be worried about leveling up, especially if you like slower shooting, hard hitting guns. The #2 AR you need to be worried about, and in my opinion is probably actually the best AR in the game, is the TAC-56, also known as the Scar. It has the second fastest time to kill out of all of the viable ARs. It has a 55-meter long longest damage range. That means anything under 55 meters, it can actually be faster than this, because this time to kill does not start until you get to 55 meters. So it has a very, very long range gun. It is very easy to control. I would probably compare it to something like the XM4 from Cold War. Recoil wise, that's about the type of recoil it has to control. It's not like an absolute laser beam, but it still is very easy to control if you understand how to control recoil. It also has a large downs per mag. This is just all around a very, very solid gun, and in my opinion is what gun everyone should probably be running off the rip. We have the SMG video coming out later this week, so you know exactly what SMGs you also need to be working on. So make sure you're subscribed. Please like this video if it helped you in any way. It helps us in the algorithm. Drop what your favorite AR is down in the comments. And at number 3, we actually have a tie between the Lockman 5.56 and the AK 5.45. This depends on if you like faster firing guns or slower firing guns. If you like faster firing guns, you want to have the Lockman 5.56. If you like slower firing guns, you're going to want to use the Cast-Off 5.45. Their stats are basically identical in every single way except for the first damage range. The first damage range on the 5.45 is a little bit slower, but other than that, the only thing that's going to make a difference for you, which one you need to be trying, is if you like faster firing guns or slower firing guns. So now you know what 3 ARs you need to be working on going into Warzone 2 to be ready for November 16th. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all slay out and aim for greatness.